Hi everyone, my name is Faith Okungu and I'm going to do a presentation on obsessive compulsive disorder. Going to share my screen. Obsessive compulsive disorder uh, presents as people suffering from both obsessive behavior and or compulsive behaviors. Obsessive behaviors refer to repetitive behavior, actions, and thoughts that can be intrusive, disruptive to an individual's life. In children, this can present as spending excessive time counting, organizing, repetitively asking what if questions, focusing on matters others consider trivial, and excessive attention to detail, in addition to aggressive thoughts. So these obsessive behaviors are usually followed by compulsive attempts to neutralize the obsessions. The actions are equally excessive and disruptive and may present as checking and rechecking an activity that has already been completed, repeated hand washing or recounting, forming rigid rules, grouping and regrouping of objects, and also repeatedly asking questions and hoarding items as well. Obsessive compulsive disorder can be passed on to children through genetics. It can be acquired psychologically as a result of having certain personality traits or disorders. And lastly, through environmental triggers such as stress may also cause OCD. The Yale-Brown OCD scale can be used to diagnose this disorder through a 10 itemized sections. And these questions usually include the amount of time occupied by the obsessive thought, level of interest, of interference, distress caused, resistance applied, and the control level achieved from the obsession. The second part of the questions assess compulsive behavior through the itemized sections named above. And these include time, level of interference, distress caused, resistance applied, and control level utilized. The major neurotransmitter involved in OCD is glutamate, which when released in high levels in the cortex, thalamus, and striatum of the brain may result in OCD. The corticostriatal thalamic cortical pathway is a multi-synaptic loop pathway in charge of reward recognition, cognitive flexibility, and impulsive inhibition and acquisition of new habits that, when they is regulated, may cause OCD symptoms. So two control mechanisms that regulate neural activity during OCD include: one, frontal limbic circuit. Now, this area regulates fear and emotions, and when dysfunctional, may lead to obsessive responses towards fear, such as repetitive religious rituals to overcome an unforeseen fearful event. This can be controlled by the application of cognitive behavioral therapy to reform fearful thought processing and deep brain stimulation to reduce repetitive disruptive compulsions. Secondly, the sensorometer circuit, whereby excess sensorometer activity may cause repetitive behaviors, and this can be managed by mindfulness exercises such as deep breathing and habit reversing training. Thank you, everyone. That's the end of my video submission.